All right guys, Aaron here with the Ferrari F430, and today we're gonna learn how to install seatbelts. Here is the box. All right, my old webbing, very nice. And two individually packaged seatbelts. Ooh, it's like Christmas. I'm excited. Haven't seen these yet. Here they are. Oh man, that is pretty. I went with their speed yellow, and look at this hardware. They cleaned it all up for me, nice and shiny. All right, cannot wait. Let's get these things put on there. If you need to know how to remove them, I made a removal video. Check it out up there. I split it into two parts because I'm gonna watch my own removal video backwards to figure out how to make this video. All right, I'm starting with the S side. This one says S. That is the driver's side. They actually put a little piece of tape on there that said driver for me, in case I forgot. But this is how it came back. We are all nice and locked into place here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and reinstall this piece on the driver's side first. And I'm gonna try to be very careful to keep my hands clean, possibly use gloves in the future because I know how easy it is to get these yellow seat belts dirty. All right, just got this sitting here on my lap. I am going to route it up over this bar here and slide this mechanism back into here. If you recall, we have that plug from the uninstall. So I will be plugging that in, and while it's still out, I will remind you that we can pull this back and we can see this here. And this gets tucked back under that hole. And yes, they left the grommet on here for me. So the grommet goes here to get plugged away nicely. The grommet goes in there. So the plug on both ends of the plug are tucked under there behind the firewall. And then it gets covered up with this so you can't see that at all. And if you've forgotten from the removal video, this little white piece has to be lifted up like this. Once you reconnect these two together, you press this down and it snaps into place. That's what locks them in. All right, so these guys are gonna press in. That's gonna go there, and then we'll press this white piece down. That will lock it into place and tuck our wire away. All right, with that plugged in and the flap back down, you just slide this back in around this way, and you can just feel with your hands where that bolt connects here. You can see it here. And we're just gonna start tightening it by hand, and then we'll use our long 17mm socket to get it going. Let's make sure you have the washer all the way to the left here so the bolt can extend all the way in far enough to start to get threaded. And you got to make sure that piece of metal sticking out there falls into the slot so that it falls flush here. That started in here. Got a long 17mm socket extending out so I can start tightening it by hand. All right, from the manual, these are the torque specs. I think this is the big ones. So if that's a range, I'm taking that to 42 Newton meters. Let me know in the description if you disagree with that. All right, so then our next step is this piece that is taped up. They taped the bolt on there for me. So I'm going to drop that right up here is where it attaches. Washed my hands again between steps to keep them clean. As you recall, this should have a little plastic washer on there to help keep this washer from falling off when you're maneuvering it back there. It goes this way with the slanted part coming up once attached. And I'm just gonna get this started by hand. All right, just sticking my hands back here. It's getting dirty, so I'm gonna clean this area now before moving any further. All right, I just felt where the hole was with my hand, lined it up, and you can stick two hands into there, at least two fingertips, and get it started. It wasn't too bad. Now I can reach the bolt with this and start tightening it. I can't get the ratcheting end over it yet. There's not quite enough clearance, but after I start screwing it in a little further, I should be able to. All right, it took a while, but finally got the clearance. You can see it's tough. I'm already getting it a little bit dirty, but I got that one tied down now. So we have this part that stretches out. Now we're gonna put our bracket back down there. All right, so we got this bracket that is gonna go back on here. Looks like it lined up with those two holes, and this right here. 3 10mm bolts hold that back on. Snug all three of these back up. All right, before I put this piece back at the top, I'm gonna take out any of these busted clips that I have in here. I bought some new ones to replace them with. I think that's the part number on these bad boys. They were actually reasonably priced. These old bits do not want to come out of this thing. I had to unscrew it and get that thing out. The new ones look like this. So it looks like they were designed to be able to go in when it's still in here, like a corner of it goes in and then you twist it into place, I'm gonna guess, and it locks in, so let me do that. What an evil fucking design. I am ripping my hands up trying to figure out how to get these things in. I assume you either put the short end in first and twist it clockwise, or the long end and twist it counterclockwise, but good God, this thing sucks. After 15 minutes of experimenting, I got one of them in. So I'll tell you what I did. I pried up one corner, used a 7mm socket, pushed it really tight down on this guy, and then I could turn it clockwise, righty-tighty, and it kept popping out. I just kept pushing down really, really hard. Finally got it to go in. So one of my subscribers recommended adding heat to this to help screw it in. So we got a heat gun, gonna heat up the end and see if that helps. All right, while it seems like heat should have helped, it really didn't. It was mostly just the 7mm and pushing down really hard. I guess I'm just getting used to it now. Latest method, just push it all the way into the 7mm to start with. Then it makes it easier to apply heat if you want to try that. Yeah, this one had no heat. Just push that first corner down, turn clockwise, and you'll get them in there. And then I'm going to stick it under there like that. And I probably can't do this while filming. But I'm gonna take this, press it all the way down on here and start tightening it. Okay, you can see it's starting to work. And anything bigger than a 7mm slips off. All right, you can see that sometimes that edge just pops out. And I just gotta keep pushing down really hard, turning until finally it pops in like that. Now with the little 3mm hex, we reattach this black piece back here with those two bolts. Just reattach them, snug them up. Now I can push this panel back into place using my new clips, snap them in, and tuck this under the trim again. All right, I remember from my driver's seat that this spacer and this washer were on the inside of the seat. This bolt comes through the outside, so the seat belt goes right in here between these threads. So I'm just gonna pull that through, stick it through the seat, and put the spacers in on the inside and bolt it. And this will probably depend on how you took yours apart. So mine on the passenger side was the opposite way, but this one's gonna go like this with the bolt going through. All right, seatbelt in here. Gotta push it down till the hole lines up and keep that washer in the back. So before you tighten it up, make sure that when your seatbelt goes over, it does not cross like this. So this needs to be flipped over so the tag is at the inside of the seat. All right, after that is all tightened, we just have the little cap snaps back into place. All right, so now is the last time I'm going to pick up all the stuff around here, vacuum one last time, set the seat back on the mounting points, and we're going to reattach it with the 4 bolts. These seats aren't terribly heavy, so that's nice. Once you rock it around, it will fall into place. These holes will line up for you. You'll be able to tell that it's in the right place. Make sure you got the washer with them, and just go ahead and drop both bolts into place and start them by hand. All right, once both are in there hand tight, you can go ahead and torque these front ones down, but you know you have to give this thing power to move the seat forward to get the rear ones. So I'm going to replace the seatbelt on the other side first and get the front ones on that seat in before I restore power, and then we'll do the rears at the very end. All right, found some more torques. The manually and electrically controlled seat fastening screws. Looks like it is 38 to 42 Newton meters as well. So I'm going with the 42 Newton meters. We got our 45-degree angle here, remember, and a little extension. Staying right around 39 for a while. 40. There we go. And while we're up front, we can go ahead and slide these little protective covers back on here. Let's see. Looks like there's a little lip right there. That fits over. And push it back until it clips into place. This, of course, is the hard side because it's got this thing in the way, so we just reconnected the wire, tucked it under there, started pulling this up and out. So we got these 2 pieces out, and the piece that attaches up here kind of gets jammed in here, so I just gotta work it back up to the top. All right, with our passenger side seatbelt reinstalled and the front ones torqued back to spec, we're gonna turn the power back on, move the seats forward. Power, please. Power. And move these all the way up to expose our rear bolts. Once again, bolt those up, torque them down to the same spec. And there we go. Ready to go. Oh man, job complete. Those things look beautiful. Thank you so much, Seatbelt Planet. I really appreciate it. If you guys need yours done, definitely check them out, seatbeltplanet.com. Please give this video some love if it was helpful or entertaining or, you know, just because. And make sure you check out the next video. See you guys.